Good day, everyone. Welcome to another video learning with Bahagharing Lexi. And today, what we are going to discuss is all about solving problems involving rational functions. And with this video presentation, you really have to learn problems, how to solve involving rational functions, equations, and inequalities. In the two video presentations that I presented, it covers problems involving equations and inequalities. And this video presentation, I will just be focused on solving word problems involving rational functions. And to guide us in solving word problem, these are the following recommended suggestions. Now, to solve problems involving rational functions, the following steps were provided. Number one, read the problem and identify the information given in the problem. Number two, represent the unknown quantity by a variable. Number three, write the equation based on the relationship exists in the given problem. Number four, solve the equation. And number five, verify by checking your answer if your answer really fits the given condition. And to start with the concept of solving word problem, I will be presenting three different types of problems. Number one is all about number problem. Number two is motion problem. And number three is the work problem. Now, for the number problem, we are being asked to the sum of the number and its reciprocal is 17/4. I repeat, the sum of the number and its reciprocal is 17/4. What are the numbers? Now, in this problem, we are looking for two numbers. The numbers are the number itself and its corresponding reciprocal, wherein if we are going to get the sum, that will be 17/4. Now, in this problem, we have to follow the recommended suggestions in solving worded problem. Number one, to represent the unknown quantity. Since in the problem, we are looking for the number and its reciprocal, therefore, we can let x be the number and 1/x be the reciprocal of the number. Then after that, step number two is to write the equation. Remember, the relationship between the number and its reciprocal is that if we are going to get the sum, the answer is 17/4. Therefore, we can have x plus 1/x is equal to 17/4. Then after that, step number two is to solve the equation. Now, we do have x plus 1/x is equal to 17/4. Applying the concept of rational equation, therefore, we are going to get our LCD for the given equation, and that is 4x. After knowing the LCD, then the LCD will be divided to each denominator of our equation. Then whatever be the result, then you have to multiply it to our numerator. Thus, we do have 4x squared plus 4 is equal to 17x. The question is, how did we arrive with this equation? Now remember, when 4x is divided by 1, which is the imaginary denominator of our x, then the answer will be 4x. Then after getting the quotient, which is 4x, multiply it to your x. Thus, you do have 4x squared. On the other hand, when 4x is divided by x, the answer is 4. multiply to your numerator, which is 1, then the answer is 4. Then 4x divided by 4, the answer is x. Multiply to your 17, which is the numerator, then you do have 17x. Thus, we do have 4x squared plus 4 is equal to 17x. Then after that, we do have 4x squared minus 17x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now remember, when 17x was transposed on the left side of our equation, from positive, it changes its sign. Thus, we do have negative 17x. Then after that, we are going to get the factors of 4x squared minus 17x plus 4 is equal to 0, which our factors are 4x minus 1 and x minus 4. Then we have to equate it by 0. Applying the concept of the zero property for equality, then we do have 4x minus 1 is equal to 0 and x minus 4 is equal to 0. Then after that, we have to find for the value of our x. Now first, we have 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Then 4x is equal to 1, meaning to say the negative 1 the negative 1 was transposed on the right side of our equation. And then divide both sides by 4 since our numerical coefficient is 4. Divide both sides by 4. Thus, our x now is equal to 1/4. Next, transpose negative 4 on the right side. Transpose now negative 4 on the right side, making it positive 4. Therefore, our x now is equal to 4. Thus, what are the two numbers? The two numbers will be what? 4 and 1/4. You may use 4 as for the number, meaning the reciprocal will be 1/4. You can also have x is equal to 1/4, then the reciprocal will be 4. Okay, another problem that we are going to apply the concept of rational function is all about problems involving with motion problem. Now, in motion problem, there are formulas that we are going to utilize. One of which is the concept about the speed, which is the speed is equal to distance divided by time. And from that formula that we have, then we can generate other formulas, okay? Which are the time is equal to distance over the speed. And distance is equal to the product between the speed and the time. And here is now our problem. Now we do have two runners. And a runner runs 8 kilometers faster than the other runner. When the faster runner traveled a distance of 25 kilometers, the other runner has gone 60 kilometers. The question here is, what is the speed of the two runners? I repeat, there are two runners. The first runner is 8 kilometers faster than the other runner. When the faster runner traveled a distance of 85 kilometers, the other has gone 60 kilometers. Now, in this context, let us first go with our representation of the unknown quantity. Now, first, represent the unknown quantity by letting x be the speed of the first runner since we are talking about the speed of the first and second runner. Now, the second runner will be 8 kilometers per hour faster than the first runner. Thus, if our x will be the speed of the first runner, the second runner will be x plus 8. Now, remember, in a given problem, we do have the first runner and the second runner. And the distance of the first runner is 60 kilometers, while the faster runner is 85 kilometers. In terms of speed, the first runner is x, while the second runner is x plus 8. And remember, in our formula, time is equal to distance over the speed. Therefore, we can represent our time for the first runner as 60 all over x. On the other hand, for the second runner, it will be 85 all over x plus 8. Now, remember, runner runs 60 kilometers and the second runner runs 85 kilometers. It is presumed that the time between the first and the second runner is equal. Therefore, knowing that concept, we can state that the time of the first runner is equal to the time of the second runner. Thus, what will be our equation? This will be 60 all over x is equal to 85 all over x plus 8, since the time of the first runner is the same as the time of the second runner. And after that, we proceed in our step number 3, which is to solve the equation. And to solve the given equation, we are going to get our LCD. And the LCD here will be the product of x times x plus 8. Okay, therefore, apply now the concept that we learned from equation. Now, the LCD will be divided to each denominators, then multiplied to our numerator. Thus, we do have 60 times x plus 8. Okay, how did we able to arrive with that value or result? Now, the LCD x times x plus 8 divided by x, what left will be x plus 8 multiplied to 60. Therefore, we do have 60 times x plus 8 is equal to 85 times x. Why? Because our LCD divided by x plus 8, the answer is x. Multiplied to 85, therefore we do have 85 times x. Then after that, apply now distributive property. We have 60 times x, 60x, 60 times 8, 480 is equal to 85 times x, 85x. Next, 60x will be transposed on the right side, making it 480 is equal to 85x minus 60x. 85x minus 60x is equal to 25x. Okay? Then since our numerical coefficient is 25, therefore, we divide both sides by 25. Thus, our answer will be 480 divided by 25 is equal to 25x all over 25. Thus, our x is equal to 19.20. Going back with our presentation, we represent x be the speed of the first runner and x plus 8 be the speed of the second runner. Therefore, if x is equal to 19.20 kilometers per hour, thus the speed of the first runner will be 19.20 kilometers per hour. Then the second runner will be 27.20 kilometers per hour. Okay. Always express and indicate your unit. And in this case, we are using kilometer per hour. Okay. Next, another motion problem that we are going to discuss is all about the rate of the car. Okay. Now, a car traveled the first 240 kilometers at a certain speed. And then, the next 192 kilometers at 8 kilometers per hour faster than its initial speed. Meaning to say, there is a variation of the rate or there is a variation of the speed. The first 240 kilometers at a certain speed, and then the next 192, the initial speed plus the 8 kilometers. Because it was stated in the problem that the next 192 kilometers at 8 kilometers per hour faster than its initial speed. The question here is, what is its initial speed if the entire trip took 10 hours? Now, let us go with our step number 1. Represent the unknown. Now, let x be the initial speed of the car. And then x plus 8 be the speed for 192 kilometers. Okay? Then, what are the given information? Same that we made in our example number 2, which is the motion problem number 1. We are going to have table. Now, we do have the car at 240 kilometers and the car at 192 kilometers. Now, the distance of the car at 240 kilometers is really 240. And then the distance of the car at 192 kilometers is 192. And then, since we do have the representation, okay, now we can write our speed for 240 kilometers as our x, which is the initial speed of the car. And then, we do have x plus 8 with the speed for 192 kilometers. Since it was stated that the next 192 kilometers at 8 kilometers per hour faster than its initial speed. Okay, and then we can express our time as 240 all over x since we do have distance divided by speed. And then we also have 192 all over x plus 8. Okay, now if we do have time for 240 and we also have time for 192, if we are going to get the sum, the total time elapses is equal to 10 hours. Therefore, the concept or the relationship that we are going to use here between the time interval is the concept about addition. Okay, therefore, the equation that we are going to utilize here is that the time of the first 240 kilometers plus the time of the next 192 kilometers is equal to 10 hours. Okay, and then after that, we are going to solve the equation. And remember, to solve our equation, we are going to get our LCD. And the LCD will be x times x plus 8. Okay? Then, the LCD will be divided to each denominators. We do have the LCD, which is x times x plus 8 divided by x. The answer will be x plus 8 multiplied by 240. Okay. Then, LCD divided by x plus 8, the answer will be x times 192 is equal to x times x plus 8 divided by 1 multiplied by 10. Then we do have 10 times x times the quantity x plus 8. Okay, then after that, we are now going to simplify our equation. Now, applying distributive property, 240 times x, 240x. 240 times 8 1,920 plus 192 times x, 192x is equal to 10 times x, 10x squared. 10 times x times 8, 80x. Then after that, we are going to express, or we are going to after that, we are going to transpose our expression from the left side to the right side, making it 0 is equal to 10x squared minus, this is 240x, minus 190 minus 192x plus 80. Then, you have to combine similar terms. That is negative 240x, negative 192x. Then we do have positive 80x, making it negative 352x. Bring down the constant, which is 1,920, and then bring down 10x squared. Then after that, get the factors. By getting the factors, you have to consider the numerical coefficient 10. You have to know what are the factors of 10. Same with the factors of 1,920. Therefore, we have 10x plus 48 times x minus 40. Okay, then apply now the zero property of equality, making it 0 is equal to 10x plus 48. And then we do have 0 is equal to x minus 40. Okay, then we have 48 transposed on the left side, making it 48. But the numerical coefficient here is 10. Divide both sides by 10. Therefore, we do have negative 4.80. On the other hand, we do have negative 40. Transpose it on the left side. Therefore, we do have 40 is equal to x. Meaning to say, our value as our initial speed of the car will be 40. We are not going to use the negative 4.80 because we don't have negative 4 speed unless it is a vector quantity. Okay? Okay, therefore, we are going to use 40 is equal to x. Thus, the initial speed of the car is equal to 40 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now, okay, another problem that we are going to deal with as an application of rational function is all about work problem. Now, there are two persons in the name of Joseph and Marco. Joseph can finish painting the wall of the room in 5 hours, while Marco can do the same job in 4 hours. If they are going to work together, finishing the same job, how long will it take them to finish the work? I repeat, we do have Joseph who can able to paint the wall in 5 hours, while Marco can do the same job in 4 hours. And what we are being asked is that if they are going to work together, how long are they going to paint the wall? The wall together. That is the work of Marco and Joseph in painting the wall. Okay? Then, the information that we have, remember we do have Joseph and we do have Marco. Joseph can finish painting the wall in 5 hours, while Marco can do the same job in 4 hours. Meaning to say, in an hour, the part of the wall that Joseph can paint is 1/5, 1/5, while Marco is 1/4. I repeat, in an hour, how many or what will be the part of the wall that he can able to paint? For Joseph, that is 1/5, since he can able to finish painting the wall within 5 hours. While for Marco, that is 1/4, since he can able to finish the painting of the wall in 4 hours. And what about if they are going to work together? Okay, now that is represented by our X, and that is what we are looking for. But remember, in an hour, then that will be 1/X of the entire room. Okay. Now, from the information that we collected, now we can proceed now in our step number 2. Step number 2 will be, okay, now the portion that Marco and the portion that Joseph can do the painting of the wall, that is for Joseph, that is 1/5. For Marco, that is 1/4, is equal to 1/X. They are, if they are going to work together, okay? And then applying the concept of solving equation, then we have to get our LCD. The LCD will be 20x, okay? And then after that, the LCD will be divided to each denominators. Then whatever be the quotient, multiply to your numerator. Okay, now we have 20 divided by 5, that is 4x, multiplied by 1, we do have 4x. 20 divided by 4, we do have 5x. Multiply to our numerator, then we do have 5x is equal to 20 divided by x, we have 20, times 1, we do have 20. Then after that, get the sum. 4x plus 5x, we do have 9x is equal to 20. Then the numerical coefficient here is 9. Therefore, divide both sides by 9. Thus, x is now equal to 2 and 2/9 hours. Meaning to say, if they are going to work together, if Joseph and Marco are going to work together, therefore, they can able to finish painting the entire wall of the room for 2 hours and 2/9 hour. Okay? Motion and work problem. And if you are going to solve word problem, always remember to read the problem, to represent the unknown quantity, which is the missing quantity in our problem, then know the relation so that you can able to write the equation, solve the equation, applying the concept that you learned from rational equation, and then always verify if your answer is correct. And with this, I hope you're able to learn and